Hello my dear students, in this lecture we are going to see one previous year GATE numerical on psychometry. This question was asked in GATE 2007 for 2 marks. The question is based on the psychometry. The question is, atmospheric air at a flow rate of 3 kg per second on a dry basis enters a cooling and dehumidifying coil. Now here there is a cooling as well as there is dehumidification. Means the mass of vapor is removing. Dehumidification means mass of vapor is removed. Cooling means temperature is decreased. Right. There is a cooling and dehumidification. The process is given here. We can say cooling and dehumidification means cooling coils are used. Here also mentioned that cooling coils. Right. With a now here enters the cooling and dehumidification coil with an enthalpy of 85 kilojoule per kg. Now let us observe this here. Let us say there is a cooling coil. This is a coil, cooling coil, right, which will decrease the temperature. Now the air is here. Initially the air having mass flow rate of air or dry air having enthalpy H1 and specific humidity omega 1. Right, initially mass flow rate of air, enthalpy H1 and specific humidity omega 1. Now this air is passing over the cooling coil, right. Therefore as it passes through the cooling coil, now further enthalpy H1 is given here 85 kilojoule per kg. H1 is given 85 kilojoule per kg. Mass flow rate of air is given 3 kg per second on dry basis, right. On dry basis means it is a mass flow rate of air 3 kg per second. Now again, and specific humidity ratio of 19 gram per kg of dry air. Also omega 1 is given. We can say omega 1 is 19 gram per kg of dry air, 19 gram per kg, right. If I want to write in kg per kg, then omega 1 will be equal to here 0.019 kg per kg. We have to divide with 1000 for writing kg per kg, right. Again, the air leaves the coil with an enthalpy of 43 kilojoule per kg of dry air and humidity ratio of 8 gram per kg of dry air. Now here at exit, let us say 2 at exit, enthalpy H2 is given 43 kilojoule per kg and specific humidity omega 2 is given 8 gram per kg. 8 gram per kg. Therefore we can say specific humidity 2 is equal to 0.008 kg per kg is the value given, right. If the condensate water leaves the coil with an enthalpy of, now during this, whenever this moist air is passing over the coil, there will be a condensation because there is a cooling and dehumidification. Therefore there will be a condensation. Therefore they have mentioned that, let us say this condensate water, here this water is leaving the cooling coil with an enthalpy of 67 kilojoule per kg. Therefore let us say this S3, here there will be a condensate water. This S3 is given here 67 kilojoule per kg, right. And then there will be some mass of water leaving, right. We can say some mass of water, right. And at exit air will remain air only. At exit air will remain air only, right. Means my dear students, here moist air is passing through this cooling coil. Initially mass of air was 3 kg per second, enthalpy H1 is 85 kilojoule per kg and specific humidity on is 0.01 kg per kg. Now while passing on cooling coil, some part of vapor is condensed, means some part of vapor is becoming water and enthalpy of that condensate is 67 kilojoule per kg, and other part of vapor is going here. Air will remain air only. Mass of air will at exit will be also 3 kg per second, no doubt, right. And some vapor is going outside and enthalpy is at outside is 43 kilojoule per kg and specific humidity is 8 gram per kg, which is given here, right. Now read the question. The required cooling capacity of the coil in kilowatt is. Now required cooling capacity means the heat removed from the coil. How much heat is removed from this coil? Q is. Now my dear students, let us understand this question. Here if I consider one system, let's say this is a system. In this system some part is coming at mass flow rate at some enthalpy H1 and some part is going at mass flow rate of air and enthalpy H2 and some part is going outside at mass of water and enthalpy H3 and some part is rejected in the form of heat. This will be the system, right? This cooling coil is rejecting heat, that is heat is rejected. Now for this condensate water, there will be a mass of water and enthalpy is 3, and air is going outside also, having enthalpy 43 kilojoule per kg, right? So my dear students, let us apply here energy balance equation, right? From energy balance equation, energy entering must be equal to energy leaving only. So let us apply here energy balance equation and let us find the solution, right? So here I will make sufficient space for the solution. I hope you are understanding this, because these concepts are from the steady flow energy equation, that is basics of thermodynamics. In first law of thermodynamics, that is for flow processes and for non-flow processes, you have studied this, and this is the first law of thermodynamics for flow processes. This is also called steady flow energy equation, right? So here only I am applying the concept of psychrometry, that this specific humidity omega, how to find this mass of water, how to find this mass of water, this is the only part of psychrometry, the rest is first law of thermodynamics. Now my dear students, here we can say energy entering must be equal to energy in must be equal to energy out, we can say. Therefore energy in is mass flow rate of air h1, which is equal to energy out is mass flow rate of air h2 plus mass of water into h3 plus heat. This will be the energy out. So here, if I want to use this energy balance equation, here mass of air is known, enthalpy is known, all the enthalpies are known, heat we have to calculate. For that we have to calculate mass of condensate, that is mass of water condensed. So my dear students, here we can say, let us say this specific humidity 1 omega 1, this omega 1 is nothing but mass of vapor at 1 divided by mass of air. Definitely from this we can say mass of vapor 1 is equal to omega 1 mass of air, and this specific humidity 2 at exit, this specific humidity at exit will be equal to mass of vapor at exit, mass of vapor at exit divided by mass of air. Therefore from this we can say mass of vapor at exit is equal to specific humidity 2 into mass of air. Now my dear students, initially there was mass of vapor 1, initially it was mass of vapor 1, and at the end there is a mass of vapor 2, right? Means mass of vapor is decreasing because some mass is condensed in the water form. Therefore what will be this mass of water? Can I say this mass of water will be equal to mass of vapor 1 minus mass of vapor 2, because vapor is forming water. Therefore some part of mass of vapor 1 is condensed as a water, remaining gone into the mass of vapor 2. Therefore this is how we can calculate mass of water. So first of all we have to find mass of water. So let us solve for mass of water. So my dear students, this mass of water will be equal to mass of vapor 1 is omega 1 mass of air, mass of vapor 2 is omega 2 mass of air. Therefore mass of water will be equal to mass of air into omega 1 minus omega 2. Let us put the values. Mass of air is 3 kg into omega 1 is 0.019 minus omega 2 is 0.008. If I simplify this, then I will get mass of water. So let us find this mass of water, because already here energy balance equation is written, so no need of diagram now. So my dear students, here mass of water condensed will be equal to 0.033 kg per second, right? All the values are in kg per second, therefore this answer will be also in kg per second. Therefore put this mass of water in energy balance equation, that is equation number 1, or whatever may be the equation. Let us say this is equation number 1, right? So let us put this in equation number 1. Therefore mass of air into H1 is equal to mass of air into H2 plus mass of water into H3 plus heat rejected from the cooling coil, that is cooling coil capacity, right? So let us put the all values here. If I put values, mass of air is 3 into H1 is, H1 was given as, I think it is 85, I have erased this, H1 is 85, you can look in your notebook. Mass of air is 3, H2 is given 43 plus mass of water is 0.033, H3 is given 67 plus Q. Now in this total equation only Q is unknown, my dear students. Now if I solve for Q, then this Q I will get equal to 123.8 kilowatt, and therefore the answer for this question will be, if you look at the options, you will find option B is the most correct choice. Thank you dear students. In next lecture we will see one more numerical on this topic.